Thursday, July 31, the 212th day of 2025. There are 153 days left in the year. Good morning, MB, guiding you through In the Know at K105 on Litchfield's Country Station, 1039 The Moose. Live online at K105.com via the Apple and Android smartphone app using the SoundCloud, iTunes, or Spotify podcast, on Facebook, on YouTube, on the platform formerly known as Twitter, and the hashtag is In the Know. Coming up today, we'll update you on the latest news headlines from around the community, the county, the Commonwealth, and the country. We'll have your chance to win with the water cooler question, an opportunity for you to prove you're the smartest person around the water cooler and walk away a big winner. That and a whole lot more coming up today here on In the Know. Settling into my left, rolling Mach 9 with her hair on fire, is my beautiful wife, the beautiful girl. Beej. Good morning, sweetheart.
Good morning.
How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Not too bad. Is there a food that you decide that you hate? You hate. I know there are foods you don't like, you don't care for. There are foods that you really do like that are odd. Is there a food that you hate?
I don't think so.
Okay, so Americans were asked, and sardines was near the top of the list.
Okay.
Liver was near the top of the list. Tofu is in there. Squid, caviar, oysters, blue cheese, sushi, beets, and kale were all listed as foods that people don't like.
I don't care for blue cheese, but I'll eat it.
The number one, anchovies. Anchovies were the number one answer of Americans, the food that they hate.
But here's the thing. I wonder how many people have actually had anchovies.
And they might have had them and not even known it.
Right.
You know, it's hard to, I think it just kind of sounds gross, or it's fun to hate anchovies.
Somewhere along the way, something made it popular to hate that.
He is the 5-time winner of the coveted Ohio Newshawk Award. He's the 2-time Silver Sound nominee, covering every corner of the globe: London, Budapest, Rio, Tokyo, and even Litchfield. He's Sam Gormley, and the sports. Morning, Sam.
Morning, Ralph.
How you doing?
Not too bad. How are you?
I'm amazed.
Amazed at what?
We have football tonight.
Yeah, I guess
NFL.
technically it is football, yeah.
Well, I mean, it's in July. The NFL, the Hall of Fame game is not even now in August. It's in July.
Interesting.
That's not allowed.
Yeah, I mean, it's if you want to watch third-string quarterbacks, I mean, it's some football's better than none, but yeah, I mean, listen, it's good. I mean, the Bengals are 1 week away from their first preseason game. That's what I'm excited for.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense. It would be next week. So maybe it's not all that early. The calendar is falling kind of weird where they have to, they got to count. They know what weekend they're kicking off the regular season. They just have to back everything up from there. And so the NFL community is in Canton this week for the Hall of Fame game. And that's an interesting looking stadium. You don't see them playing in facilities like that much anymore, except for on games like tonight. Hey, footnote for those of you that are motoring today or might be motoring until midday. There's a big training exercise going on in Litchfield right now. It's scheduled to get underway anyway. Between the hours of 9 and around 11 today, you're going to see, and one of the reasons we're mentioning it is because you could easily get the wrong idea that there's some type of mass casualty event or some type of thing going on there. Because multiple agencies will be participating in this first responder training exercise, and it's centered around the Grayson County Health Department, but it involves East White Oak Street, South Heiser Drive, South Clinton Street. So just avoid that area today, but just know there's emergency management is kind of thinking, coordinating that. You've got the Sheriff's Office, the LPD, the EMS, LFD, the Detention Center, the Health Department. So many very important people in our community are doing a training exercise today. So between 90 minutes and 2 hours was supposed to get underway a few minutes ago and should last until around 11 today. Unless there's an emergency call, of course, they'll have to respond to that. And a blessing that the temperature is considerably better. It's still showing, I think we're already at 82, but we're not going to get a whole lot higher than that today, at least between the lakes. We should top out, according to my weather sources, here between the lakes, we should top out at about 88 today. and there's still some humidity in the air, but not as bad, and not a heat advisory, not an excessive heat advisory, and we'll get even better tomorrow. So this cold front that's coming through is going to bring some scattered storms and then some cooler weather behind it, and that's will be the byproduct. The temperature tomorrow will be the byproduct of that cold front moving through and ushering those in. We're going to see some cooler temperatures and low humidity on Saturday as well. Warmer temperatures and scattered storms return next week. So it will be warm, but we're not going back into the upper 90s next week. So that will be a bit of a break as the kids go back to school on Wednesday. So for today, we will see scattered thunderstorms, and I say a high of a 40% chance of that, and I believe a high of 88 today. We'll see some evening storms, mostly cloudy overnight, a low of 69, low temperature in the 60s for the first time in a while. And then tomorrow, some morning clouds, some afternoon sun, and a high of 83. Going to feel just perfect for your Friday. I was reading the Mesonet, Kentucky Mesonet issued some interesting data yesterday. They were talking about how hot and sticky it's been for a long time, and they published a map of the entire Commonwealth. And they said that the dew point, which is a degree measurement of moisture in the air, has reached at least 70 every day for weeks. And they say, even going back to June, for some people, it's been that way the entire month of July. It says that air becomes saturated with 100% relative humidity. Oh, you mean rain? And when the air temperature is cooled to the dew point, the air temperature can never fall below that of the dew point. So for this reason, air temperatures have not slipped much below 70 since June for many in the Commonwealth. And that's why you're probably adjusting your thermostat, maybe especially at night. The muggy conditions feel much worse because you get the heat out of the atmosphere, but your dew point still remaining very high. So if you look at that map, if you're watching, you'll notice that there are a few locations in the state where the number of consecutive days with dew points above 70 is only in the single digits, but throughout the Commonwealth, the consecutive days with dew points above 70 range from the mid-20s to the upper 40s. So not just the 31 days of July, but you can go back into, I remember at the end of June, I spent a couple of nights at Great American Ballpark, and it was super hot then. And so it's been a long stretch. We've had some dips where it hasn't been so oppressive, but by and large, the entire month was pretty warm. FEMA, as it relates to our weather through the first 7 months of the year, we got off to a rocky start in the spring with all of our flooding. But 2 counties, we've talked about how FEMA is handing out a bunch of money in the Commonwealth, but they drew the line at Todd and Christian counties. They said based upon their preliminary damage assessments, it's been determined that the impact to individuals and households in Christian and Todd counties is not of the severity and magnitude to warrant their designation under the Individual Assistance Program. So no soup for you.
All righty then.
Trig. In sad news from west of us, a juvenile has been killed in a 2-vehicle crash in Ohio County. State police said troopers responded to the accident yesterday morning about 12:20 on Highway 62 just west of Beaver Dam. The investigation showed that a 17-year-old from McHenry was traveling east on 62 in a 2019 Chevy Malibu when the vehicle crossed the center line and hit a westbound Dodge Ram being driven by 28-year-old Diana Sanchez of Beaver Dam. The juvenile was pronounced deceased at the scene by the coroner's office. Sanchez was transported to Owensboro Health Regional Hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. The investigation is ongoing by the state police.
Tragedy.
Terrible tragedy.
Yeah, I saw Ohio County High School posted that she was getting ready to start her senior year. That's just terrible.
And we've had just been deadly roadways this summer and more recently. So it's just it just gets worse and worse. A body created by the Kentucky Public Service Commission has given the go-ahead for a new solar electric generating plant to be built in western Kentucky, and it will be just west of us. The State Board on Electric Generation and Transmission Siting, the Siting Board, has conditionally approved Lost City Renewables application seeking a construction certificate to build an approximately 250 megawatt ground-mounted solar photovoltaic electric generating facility comprising approximately 1,413 acres of land in Muhlenberg County. If you get near it, you won't be able to miss it. The project will include about 400,000 photovoltaic solar panels, associated ground-mounted bracking, inverters, and a main transformer that will connect to the TVA substation on Lost City Road, which is just less than 11 miles from the major transmission line. Now, I am curious to know, that's in Lewisburg, by the way, if it will be interesting to see who actually is Lost City Renewables, if the substation is on Lost City Road. It makes me wonder if this is the TVA or some sub-entity that has some clout with the PSC that would be given the green light to do this. And the reason that I ask is because you've seen communities, including ours, scramble to figure out ways to minimize the impact of solar farms across the landscape in Kentucky because, again, they are hard to miss. And I'm not saying they're not important, and there's a place for them somewhere. One of the things that I think makes Muhlenberg County so attractive, especially as it relates to Lewisburg, is that they have so much reclaimed mine land. They've gone in and unearthed all the coal out of it, and they reclaimed that. And so the topography of it has already been prepared post-mining that it makes it ripe for attraction for solar farms. So it'll be interesting to see how that looks, and if we travel through there on the Parkway or so, it'd be interesting if you can see it. You will not miss a 1,400 acre solar farm. Speaking of farms, Fancy Farm is this weekend, and despite there being no general election this year, plans are going ahead for the 145th annual Fancy Farm Picnic and political speaking event that will take place Saturday. Since there's no election in 2025, the 2026 contenders were invited, as well as incumbent local office holders, the state's constitutional officers. I'm hearing Russ Coleman will be there. I am hearing that the Ag Commissioner, Jonathan Schell, will be there. I am hearing that State Treasurer Mark Metcalf will be there. I am hearing and Michael Adams will not be attending. The Lieutenant Governor will not be attending. Governor Beshear has not responded to the invitation to speak, at least as of yesterday. So the Senator Paul is a no. Senator McConnell is a we'll see, because unless they get the Trump appointments finalized, Thune is going to hold them over on the summer break. So they may still be in Washington, D.C. over the course of the weekend. But three of the people who will be looking to land in McConnell's seat next year would be Andy Barr, Daniel Cameron, and Nate Morris. They are all going to be at Fancy Farm. Pamela Stevenson, who is the lone Democrat who has filed, is not. The real advantage for her would be in the KET exposure, because that would be carried statewide, and she needs some awareness outside of her home community. Fancy Farm's picnic started in 1880, but it didn't become the top political event in the Commonwealth until 1931, and that's when Happy Chandler went down there. He was campaigning for lieutenant governor, and since then it's served every year as the election traditional kickoff for the fall campaign season. It's kind of been jumped over because now our political seasons run almost the entire calendar. They used to be content to, you could beginning of August, and you say, okay, well, this ramps us up for September, October, and the first few days of November, and now it's just a around the calendar deal. The University of Kentucky's Hall of Fame has announced 6 new inductees. Sam, did you have a hand in this story yesterday?
No.
Okay.
I think it was published I believe it was published this morning.
Okay, I wasn't sure. It's a staff report, so I wasn't quite sure if maybe you had been involved. I see Abby Cheek Ramsey, who played softball at UK from 16 to 19. She was a player of the year. Michaela Epps, who played basketball, and a daughter of Anthony Epps from 2014 to 2017. Doug Flynn, who
The glue.
went on. He played for the Big Red Machine.
Yep, the Glue. That's his nickname.
And I enjoyed learning a little bit more about Doug Flynn when we did the Reds Museum tour in June. And then, Sam, you know my friend Chris Winkle, and you might have met Mike Tarter. They went and did the fantasy camp at Great American Ballpark. It was the one year they actually did it at Great American Ballpark. And Doug was Chris's coach. And so they got a chance.
You make him run sprints and
together.
such?
I think so. Well, as a matter of fact, that was Chris's job because it was so many old guys that Chris had to run for everyone. And so he said that he earned his keep.
Well, it's not like Chris is the youngest guy in the world either.
Yeah, well, but it's all relative, you know. It's like us going to the Rod Stewart concert. We were the youngest people there because everyone else was older. Sonia Hahn, a women's tennis player from 86 to 89. Josh Allen, who's now going by Josh Hines Allen. Did he do that just intentionally to create separation between he and the Bills, Josh Allen?
Maybe I don't think it had it. It's to honor.
Helped.
It's to honor his mother, maybe, or there is. It's like a Willie Cauley-Stein move where there is an honoring in there, and luckily for him too, it was announced yesterday that his son is in remission now.
Oh, that's awesome. That's wonderful.
So that's really good
hear.
news.
But I'd say it probably doesn't hurt the fact that he added an extra name in there, because in the NFL, when you say Josh Allen, you say, well, which one, Bills or Jags? And now you kind of know the difference a little bit more, at least from the name. So there's some byproduct there. And speaking of extra names, Carl Anthony Towns is the 6th former Cat that will be inducted into the Hall of Fame the same weekend that we're doing the KBA Hall of Fame, September 12th and 13th during Hall
Equally
of Fame
prestigious.
Equally, that's on a level playing.
Because when you think of George Lindsay, you think of Carl Anthony Towns. They're quite similar, right?
They're similar in height, without a doubt, and
athletic ability, right?
Probably similar, goofy. It's probably that. As far as I'm concerned, they should just combine the ceremonies. Just save money, rent one room, put them all together, no problem. Got to get to a break. We'll come back. Got more on the way. Hang around here on In the Know.
At Owensboro Health Family Medicine in Litchfield, Dr. Priyank Chauhan provides compassionate care for adults and seniors. Board certified in internal and geriatric medicine, he's dedicated to managing chronic conditions, preserving independence, and enhancing the quality of life. Proudly serving Grayson County, because your health matters. Schedule today. Call Owensboro Health Family Medicine in Litchfield at 270-259-8888.
Walls are gonna fall alive.
Get ready for an unforgettable evening of gospel right on East May. Joseph Habedank will ignite downtown Litchfield with his powerful voice.
Tell the devil.
Mark your calendar for Friday, August 8th. Music starts at 6 p.m., but come early. Food trucks open at 5. With 3 GMA Dawn Awards and 2 Grammy nominations, Joseph is a gospel legend. And the best part, admission is free. Sponsored by the Litchfield Tourism Commission and First Baptist Church. Gospel on East May, Friday, August 8th.
I had one. All I could win.
Beach Bend Park in Splash Lagoon is the place for summer fun, making memories, good times, and summer vibes. Feel the rush of the legendary Kentucky Rumbler, one of America's top wooden coasters. Cool off in Splash Lagoon. Over 1 million gallons of water park fun. More than 40 rides, slides, attractions, and entertainment. Fun for the whole family. Beach Bend Park. Summer vibes so close to home. Get your tickets now at beachbend.com.
Smith Overhead Door is redefining entryways in Litchfield, where every click of the remote promises reliability. It's not just about opening doors, it's about lasting assurance. We offer a service that inspects each part, making sure your door system thrives. With our service agreement with inspections up to 4 times a year, we spot the signs of wear before they whisper a problem, saving you more than just peace of mind. Opt for a 2-year plan and the savings rise. Make sure you get out the door with Smith Overhead Door at sohd.info. We're not just opening doors, we're opening possibilities.
Midway Pharmacy is your trusted local partner in health and wellness, offering free delivery so you never have to worry about picking up your medications. The friendly staff knows you by name and is always ready to assist you. Living and raising our families in the same community, they understand your needs. With a wide range of services and personalized care, Midway Pharmacy is here to make your life easier and healthier. Visit or call any countywide location today of Midway Pharmacy.
After my husband passed, life felt overwhelming. I needed a fresh start, a place to escape and reconnect. That's when I discovered your Global Getaway. Their expert team, including a former Disney cast member, crafted a dream itinerary for me, from Royal Caribbean cruises to Disney Magic. They created my perfect escape tailored just for me.
At your Global Getaway, we turn travel dreams into reality.
Google is adding AI-powered store reviews to its Chrome browser to help users find the best place to shop. The new feature can be accessed by clicking an icon just to the left of the web address in the browser. Users will see a pop-up showing the reputation for things like product quality, pricing, customer service, and return policies. Waymo is partnering with Avis Budget Group to manage its new fleet of autonomous taxis in Dallas. The Alphabet-owned robotaxi service says the rental car company is going to handle its fleet of all-electric driverless Jaguar I-Pace vehicles. Avis will handle general depot operations, including charging and maintaining the vehicles. Users will be able to hail a robotaxi through the Waymo app. And Apple's move to India to manufacture iPhones puts India on top of the smartphone-making ladder. China, which was number one, is now third behind second place Vietnam. A year ago, China made 60% of iPhones. Now it has just 25% of the market. Vietnam claims 30%, while India now owns 44% of the iPhone import world. Tech Report, I'm Mark Mayfield.
Right about now, you're about to be possessed by the sounds of MC Rawface and DJ Easy Rock.
Today is Uncommon Instruments Awareness Day. Like the fluba or the flugelhorn.
Yeah.
There's a bubble organ. Some people put the dulcimer in there. The dulcimer's got a very we're more accustomed to the dulcimer in our part of the world because it's kind of a mountain type of instrument, but globally it's less known. Today is Cotton Candy Day.
Oh, I just...
Cotton candy, sweetie. I don't really like cotton candy. It's messy. So, it's not worth it.
How
Sticky.
do you feel about trying, because you eat grapes, there's so many people that rave about cotton candy grapes.
I would try them.
You've heard this, right,
No,
Sam?
I haven't.
Sure.
You know, I don't believe those sures when you do that, right?
I don't think I've heard. But then again, I don't have a sweet tooth, really. So would not be. I mean, I would try it,
Yeah.
but that would not necessarily be something that I'm going to make for myself.
Or cotton candy. So.
I was brokenhearted yesterday when I saw Reese's peanut butter cups and Oreos were combining to put their two things together, and I was like, I won't stand for it.
Is that a bad thing?
Yeah, I think I
Why?
love both those things, but they don't go together. They deserve their own. They shouldn't go together.
Why?
Because the union
You're a
of
traditionalist.
the union of chocolate and peanut butter has already been perfected. Like, that I don't think we need that union. I think
So is it Oreo in a Reese or Reese flavored Oreos?
Oreo in a Reese?
Yeah, see, that doesn't sound bad. Just be like a cookies and cream.
It needs to be its own thing. It needs to have its own label. It doesn't need to besmirch the reputation of the Reese's peanut butter cup or the Oreo. It needs to be its own thing.
Yeah, I can get when you're saying like the peep part. Like when you're like, oh, there shouldn't be an Oreo flavored peep or something, but this is one that at least makes sense.
I don't know. There's something I just get. You told me during the break you get a funny feeling about things. I got a funny feeling about this one. I'm uneasy.
Okay.
It's Avocado Day.
Yum.
When's that avocado tree gonna sprout?
I'm not even sure. So here's the thing. I wrapped that in a wet paper towel and put it in. It told me to put it in the far corner of a drawer.
Mm-hmm.
I have no idea where I put it.
You don't remember which drawer?
No.
Okay, well,
So
sounds
you
like
have
a scavenger hunt.
You have an avocado tree in one of your drawers? Is that what you're saying?
No, just the seed. So avocado seeds are very hard to sprout. Gertie's getting in trouble. She's acting like it's Friday or something over here. So they're very hard to sprout. This is a new way to try to do it. So I have a friend in Florida who has several decent sized avocado trees.
It's also Chili Dog Day today, so
I can get down with that.
Jack and Diane to you.
Referred to as a,
Not that.
we call that a coney.
A coney. By the way, I learned in the break, Senator Merritt shared some photos. I missed yesterday that the confirmation hearing, the Senate confirmation hearing on Chad Meredith's judgeship was yesterday. And so I didn't get to watch any of that. I don't know if it was on C-SPAN or whatever, but anyway, he's going to...
You have Senator McConnell's office did send us an email late yesterday afternoon about it. So if you want the video, there you go.
All right, very good. Thank you. Men who make terrible partners say these 11 phrases without realizing it.
Are you having to check yourself here?
You know, I ran through the list, and I feel actually really good. I was
Okay.
like, okay, all right, not bad. Number one, my ex was crazy. So many women can act a little insane towards the men that they date or used to see. But if you call someone crazy or speaking ill of them after a breakup, it shows a lot more about you than them. You chose this person after all, which shows other people that your judgment can't be trusted if your ex was as terrible as you say. So you got to be careful. You got to be balanced in that regard.
What if they are crazy though?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
I mean, there's some crazy people out there.
Okay. All right. Well, let's just put it this way. There's a chance that person has multiple exes, maybe just dating, like ex-boyfriends, girlfriends, not necessarily ex-spouses. But if you see an ongoing theme
Sure.
that they all happen to be crazy, then there may be something revealing about that.
Well, and it's not nice to badmouth. I mean, it's not, no matter, but.
Number two, you're overreacting.
Yeah, that's probably not good to say to anybody.
Yeah.
I agree.
Well, and number four is, I'm skipping ahead. I don't know why they just didn't make this 2 and 2A. Calm down. You're overreacting. Calm down.
Yeah.
Don't tell me to calm down. If you really loved me, you would. Don't make a conditional like that. If you really loved me, you would.
That is just.
Number 5. Can you just let it go?
I guess she's the one that needs to
problem with
answer
that one.
about
I
these.
don't
Yeah.
have a problem with that one.
Okay.
I mean,
Would it be better if it's can we move on? Can we move
that's
on?
a
Is it
better
more?
way
That's a better way
of
to say
saying it, but
because that's a we. That's an us
Yes.
term instead of a can you. I don't think so. Through 5 of them, I don't think you've heard me use any of those 5.
no, you're not like that.
Number 6. So far so good, Sam.
So far, so good.
Number 6. I guess everything is my fault. You know how you do that thing? Well, everything's my fault, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Number 7. You're acting crazy right now.
Well,
I mean, are you?
right?
Are you not entitled to identify it?
I mean, I guess you could choose a
But,
different word.
again-
Crazy's crazy.
Again, this is kind of one of these things. Like, should we just say it to your kids? Like, I don't know that you should really tell your kids some of these things too, right?
I agree with that as well.
It says it's a way to manipulate the narrative and toss accusations out there so that when the time comes, other people will confirm what he is claiming. Oh, yeah, she was being crazy. That's true. She was. Number 8, I don't have time for this. Sometimes you don't have time.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
But if it's a defense mechanism, where you just go, I don't have time for this, when really, well, what were you going to do? Well, I was just going to sit here and watch the ball game. Well, then you do have time.
Mm-hmm.
You're just trying to be dismissive. Here's a good one. You're just like your mother. Any you're just like your phrases are not going to go well. Like, and you tell your kid, you're just like your dad, or you're just like your mom, or not going to go well. Yeah. People don't like being compared like that. Number 10, I never said that. Okay, but if you really never said it, but most often, and the way these phrases are being used, I think they're being used not in literal terms or specific terms. I never said that. That's more of a, hey, squirrel, diversion. No, I never said that. And number 11, it was just a joke. Well, it wasn't a funny one. you gotta be careful with your jokes. Can be hurtful.
Yes, they can.
I mean, without a doubt. So, there is we spent time talking about AI the last few days, and there is a term that we're all going to come to use. So just go ahead and learn it. And it is the idea. It comes from the Star Wars universe, actually. It is the idea of when AI gets something wrong. See, there will be times when you ask AI for something, it spits it out or it does it, and you know there's no way that's right, right? It's not computing. It's not working. That's called a clanker. So that's a clanker. Clanker, it's a clanker. It sounds like a Christmas story. Yeah. Some other have bandied about slurs for AI. Bot liquor, Grokkers, which is Grok is Grokkers is the Grok is the AI chatbot that's on X now that was created by Elon Musk's company. So there will be some others, but just getting a clanker. Oh, that was a clanker. That didn't work. That was not true. That was an AI clanker. I also ran across a list of. I think this is going to be very helpful for you today. Sam, I don't presume you've ever had a mullet.
No.
Okay. Well, I didn't know if you'd lived through the season. We went through a mullet season not long ago. The kids back, around the beginning of the COVID era. We're mulleters.
I did happen to see you every day during COVID for the most part, and I think you probably would remember if I went full mullet.
That's true. Yeah, that's true.
Now we did have someone in our building that went a little mullet. Ken did go a little. It went a little long there in the back. I don't know if it quite classifies as a mullet, though.
Sometimes I think of the mullet, though, in very American terms. Like somehow the Americans invented the mullet.
Mm-hmm.
But we clearly did not. The mullet is universal. But not everyone calls it a mullet or has the same affinity for it, or it doesn't necessarily associate with the same stereotypes, if you will. So, MacGyver in the 80s, he had a really good mullet. Andre Agassi had a really good mullet. Billy Ray Cyrus had a really good mullet, some of the more famous ones. Bono is extremely embarrassed of his that he had on Live Aid. He's on that Live Aid documentary. He said, can you imagine the most important activist and world-changing thing that you've ever done to raise money for famine? And you've got a goofy mullet. That's what he said. It's like, yeah, that is kind of true. In France, they call it a coup à la Waddle, which is it's named after a famous 1980s footballer who sported that do. So if we called it the Agassi, because Andre Agassi famously had one as a tennis player, but in France, they call a mullet a coup à la Waddle. In Canada, they just call it hockey hair. And that makes sense, because my guess is that probably per capita, more hockey players sport the mullet than about anyone. In Sweden, they call it the hockey hairstyle as well. They do the same thing in Norway. In Romania, they call it a chica, which is, in Romanian, is a tuft of long hair.
A tuft?
Yeah.
I like that word.
And if you were looking at it through a Latin prism, you think chica is a female. Chica. But this is chica in Romanian is a tuft of long hair. Now, I might like the Australian version the best. I think they've gone very creative with it. They call it a Freddy fire drill.
Okay.
I'm listening.
Yeah.
There was a fire drill in the middle of Freddy's haircut.
Okay.
And he had to get up and leave, and that's how he left his hair. So it's a Freddy fire drill.
Okay. I get it.
I still think Kentucky Waterfall.
In Chile, it is a Choco Panda, which is the typical haircuts that ice cream sellers wear.
Well, that's
So there's your Italian stereotype.
Yeah.
No, Chile. Your Chile
Chilean?
stereotype, Chilean. In Turkey, it's called an Aslan Yalisi, which is a lion's mane.
Nailed it.
Thank you. In Finland, it's a takatuka, which is back hair. Okay, that's not how we think of back hair, but it is hair in the back.
That's
It
a
is
little nasty.
It is hair in the back, a takatuka. The Greeks have it done pretty well. It's lassopetra. Lassopetra in Greek is mud flap.
oh.
Mud flap's good. Yeah, that's up there with Freddie Fire Drill. The Hebrews call it a vion, which is a curtain. Italy, they call it the German-style MacGyver hair. So the Italians make fun of the Germans using an American TV character to call it.
They call it the say that again?
It's the Capelli alla Tedesca alla MacGyver.
Oh, okay.
Capelli alla Tedesca alla MacGyver. It means German-style MacGyver hair. Now, in the United States, there are some. Sam's already named one.
Yeah.
Bridge and tunnel, which I had never heard.
No.
And I don't really, honestly, I don't know if I get that. They call it the B&T, Bridge and Tunnel.
Was Kentucky Waterfall on your list?
Kentucky Waterfall is on the list.
Heck yeah.
Tennessee Top Hat is on the list. Ape Drape is on the list, which I liked quite a bit. Like Ape Drape.
We have something about,
And
apes
then
gorillas.
the Missouri Compromise. I kind of like it. The Missouri Compromise.
All right.
I don't know. Tennessee Top Hat's up there because of the alliteration. But everybody likes a Kentucky Waterfall as well. So there's mullets around the globe. We got to get to a break. Today's water cooler question is coming up. You're on In the Know.
A 90% clearer skin at 4 months.
Or if you are an adult with active psoriatic arthritis, Skyrizi helps you move with less joint pain, stiffness, swelling, and fatigue. Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines.
There's nothing like clearer skin.
There's nothing like better movement, and that means everything. Ask your doctor about Skyrizi. Visit Skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKY-RIZZI to learn more.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting great candidates? Well, they're not hard to find when you go to ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. People who are actively looking for jobs like yours. So it's easy to find the right person fast. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Are you tired of high cable TV rates? Sign up for Dish today and get a $500 bonus offer while supplies last. Plus, lock in your price for 2 years guaranteed. Call All American Dish, your Dish authorized retailer now.
800-296-1251. 800-296-1251. That's 800-296-1251.
Offers require credit qualification, 24-month commitment, early termination fee, and e-auto pay. Restrictions apply. Call for details.
Ugh, my storage is full. I have to delete some photos. Don't need these. Our holiday world trip? You can't delete those.
The one of Mom's hair after riding Thunderbird?
My hair? Remember Zach's blue ice cream face?
No, I'm keeping these forever.
At Holiday World and Splash and Safari, we can't free up your phone storage, but we do have free soft drinks, parking, and sunscreen. Time to make room for the good stuff. Visit holidayworld.com.
K105 weather from the Wave Storm Tracking Team is brought to you by Smith Overhead Door, sohd.info.
Twin Lakes weather. We'll see extra clouds overhead this afternoon with highs in the 80s to near 90 degrees and some scattered showers and thunderstorms in the forecast. For tomorrow, much more sunshine coming our way with highs in the upper 70s and low 80s and lower humidity. We keep the sunshine, the lower humidity, and cooler temperatures into Saturday. From the Wave News Storm Tracking Team, I'm meteorologist Tawana Andrew.
Don't miss the hottest songs in the country on American Top 40 this weekend. Miley Cyrus stops by to tell us everything about her visual album, and we find out if Alex Warren can keep his spot at number 1. It all goes down AT40 this weekend.
Did you know it takes roughly 540 peanuts to make a jar of peanut butter? I'm going to go the standard jar, not the big one.
Not the Christy Buckles jar.
Not the Christy Buckles jar, or
I'm
even
trying to
the
do better.
the Cisco truck they used to have. It was like almost in a mini barrel.
The vat.
Yeah, it's like, and you had to open it like a can. You had the big can opener thing on there, and we used to have that at Druthers. That's also the way the pudding came, so it's not too bad. Here's today's water cooler question. If you or your household have not won in the last 30 days, and you're 18 years of age or older, you qualify to win. You're going to text your answer to 270-259-6000. 270-259-6000. What do we need to give away today?
Thursday. Let's say we do 2 more Holiday World tickets.
Holiday World tickets up for grabs today. You or your household have not won in the last 30 days. You qualify to win. Text your answer to 270-259-6000. There are 1,700 people a year are injured every year doing this. 1,700 people a year are injured doing this. 1,700. 1,700.
That's not a lot of people.
That's not
annually are injured doing this.
I mean, the one that came to my mind, I do on the regular.
Are any of us injured doing this?
I think it is unlikely. But I'm not with you 365, 24/7, 365, but I feel like I would know about it if you were. So that's that much I can tell you. I don't know if you saw any of the video footage of Birmingham, England. Thousands of people were on the streets yesterday. They do their hearses different in the United Kingdom, or at least maybe there. It's more of a showcase with the big windows on the side, where you get a better look. I don't know if all of them there do that. Ours are a little different around here. Ours are converted Cadillacs or something like that. But in England, they go back to the time when they used to be in the pulled carriages, where you would see them, like they would be open air and then later they would be glass. The way they've modeled their hearses over there, they've kind of kept more of that observation platform or area, and that's how it looked yesterday when I went through the streets of Birmingham. Lots of people showing Aussie love yesterday. Carrie Underwood, since football season is starting tonight on SNL, or on the SNF Sunday Night Football show opener, is being revamped. Her Waiting All Day for Sunday Night that Carrie Underwood has done for the last 13 seasons, she is updating it, and it will be shown. The first is September 7th. The Ravens and the Bills. So that will be the Lamars versus the Joshes.
Yep, barring injury.
On Sunday night. So it's the 20th. It's going to be the 20th season of Sunday Night Football on NBC. And Carrie, this will be her 14th season of doing the intro.
I believe that. Yeah, no, it's been a while since they've hosted it.
Miley Cyrus is planning a really special celebration for Hannah Montana's 20th anniversary. I heard a rumor that there was going to be a tour. She can't go back and do that. Can she? Like, she can't. I guess somebody can.
It would be fun.
Okay, so let me ask you. Can Disney bring back... Are they just so synonymous? Could anyone else play Hannah Montana?
No, I don't know.
No, unless it was like her daughter, or something.
It just seemed like to me, because of the way the character was, the off-the-stage character was so much her, but so was the on-stage character.
Yeah.
So, but they're so, like, tied together. I guess it would be like, can anybody else play Jerry Seinfeld in the sitcom? And I would say no.
Yeah, because like her in that show, her best friend is now married to Georgie.
Yeah.
So Emily Osment was her best friend on that show.
She did a couple different things throughout.
Oh yeah, and Billy Ray was her actual dad in the show too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Did you like Haley
Joel Osment in?
Yeah,
he was funny. He was funny.
He was the antagonist in Happy Gilmore 2. Jessica Chastain is pursuing her master's degree at Harvard. So not just a pretty face for Jessica Chastain. Watson season 2 casts. You knew Sherlock Holmes was going to have to show up in Watson. They just you can't have the Watson show without at least a flashback
We are
or something.
so far behind on that one.
And so Robert Carlyle has been cast as Sherlock Holmes in the season 2 of the CBS series Watson. Watson's kind of interesting. He's a physician and has his own medical clinic, etc. So it's kind of interesting to see. And I learned today Cynthia Erivo's mouth has been insured by $2 million by Listerine. Listerine says it's her most valuable asset.
Wow.
It's it's an endorsement deal. She's a spokesperson for them and they're right. She's beautiful, right? So they're protecting it. We got to get to a break. We'll come back. We've got the point to ponder. And if we have time, rejected pearls of wisdom. Coming up here on In the Know.
A quarter is worth 25 cents, right? Not necessarily, although you wouldn't know it just by looking. Some quarters are actually worth a small fortune. The 1916 Standing Liberty Quarter, for example, can sell for over $1,000, even if it's tarnished and dinged up. In pristine condition, the coin can be worth between $20,000 and $40,000. The most expensive coin ever sold is the 1933 Double Eagle, a $20 gold coin. At today's prices, the Double Eagle contains about $3,000 in gold. But they're super rare. So rare that one of them sold in 2021 for $19 million. Like a coin whose value is far beyond what you'd expect, most people appear ordinary at first glance. You, me, and everyone we know are just average people who live pretty ordinary lives. We get up, go to work or school, then we get up the next day and do it all over again. But look beneath the surface and you'll discover something else, a remarkable human being shaped by our experiences, our accomplishments, our losses, and our relationships. You and I don't deserve dignity because we're smarter, more beautiful, or more talented than someone else, but because we're human beings. Whether we're young, old, yet to be born, or severely disabled, each of us has immeasurable worth because we are created in the image of God. For Focus on the Family, I'm Jim Daly. God is at work and he's calling his people to rise in truth. Truth Rising is a powerful new documentary from Focus on the Family and the Colson Center. See how ordinary Christians choose courage in a culture that needs truth. Watch Truth Rising starting September 5th and find out how you can be a part of the change and become an agent of restoration. Sign up at truthrising.com. That's truthrising.com.
Let's see, if something costs less, but people are happier with it, that sounds like something to look into, and that is Medi-Share. Maybe you've heard joining Medi-Share can save families up to $500 a month, and obviously that's a big deal, but they like it too, especially being part of something that reflects their values instead of working against them. So yeah, really, you can save a ton and like it better. Imagine being happy with how you're taking care of your health care. Find out more. Call 833-34-BIBLE. That's 833-34-BIBLE.
MB's point to ponder for today. Hey, ever considered that when you dream while you sleep, half your brain is creating the story and the movie? The other part of your brain is the audience reacting to the plot twists.
I don't know. Yeah, I dream a lot, so.
But I mean, something's got to be creating the imagery and deciding
Yeah.
what story we're going to tell.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, you're not wrong.
And then the emotional response side of you goes either happy, sad, scared, whatever the emotions are. So, I don't know. It'd be very, I think I'm onto something. Today's water cooler question was 1,700 people are injured every year doing this. What is it?
I had a really hard time with this one. Screwing in a light bulb.
Screwing in a light bulb.
Doing laundry.
Yes. Doing laundry. That's also a good guess. The correct answer is watching a professional baseball game. 1,700 injuries per year. I don't know if this
That
is
seems
from
high.
foul balls alone or trips and falls or whatever it might be. But I guess if you do the math, you go 30 teams. So you go, well, you got 162 games a year, and you got 30 teams, roughly 30 teams. But it would be 15 times 162 plus add in the playoffs. So when you think about the number of possibilities and you multiply the attendance, 1,700 maybe doesn't net down to very many. But in the aggregate, it sounds like a lot, without a doubt. So I saw a few of those were correct.
There are 2,430 regular season games in a year. And I guess if it's professional baseball, then you have minor league in there too, so that's technically professional.
That's true.
So.
Yeah, you got to drive that up, and you got not just AAA, but you got AA, single A, etc. So I guess there are lots of chances, if you will.
5 is your number 2.
5 is the number. Let's split the difference. We'll throw out the bottom 2, throw out the top 2, and we'll go with 3.
34-17.
3, 4, 1, 7. Congratulations. On TV tonight will be Celebrity Family Feud. It's the General Hospital versus The Young and the Restless. Season 6 premiere of Lost Treasures of Egypt on the National Geographic Channel. The Lions and the Chargers, the Hall of Fame game, that's on NBC tonight. The old Hall of Fame game from Canton, Ohio. Here are a couple of, I thought these are, I give you my pearl of wisdom every day.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't always get the ones that, we review them. I got a staff that writes them for me, and sometimes I reject them. I say, absolutely not. We're not doing that.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
If you love something, set it free. If it comes back to you, no one else wanted it either.
Yeah, that's not wrong. I mean, I don't know how wrong that is.
Yeah.
I was reminded something that was said the other night by, I said a can't never could, and you said the will never won't. We were teaching Alea something, right?
Can't, never could, won't, never will.
Yeah, won't, never will. That's right. It's called a garbage can, not a garbage cannot. I decided that was not worthy. Bad decisions make good stories. Might be true, but I don't know that there's a lot of wisdom in it. And then, that which doesn't kill you will make you wish it did.
Yeah, no, that's not bad.
And then lastly, finish what you. Today's highlight in history, this date in 2012 at the Summer Olympics in London, swimmer Michael Phelps won his 19th Olympic medal, becoming the most decorated Olympian of all time. Birthdays today, Gary Lewis is 79, Mark Cuban is 67, Wesley Snipes is 63, Fatboy Slim is 62, J.K. Rowling is 60, Dean Cain is 59, Zach Brown is 47, B.J. Novak is 46, Kyle Larson is 33, and you all remember Manny on Modern Family?
Yeah.
Sofia Vergara's son. He's 27 today.
I'm not sure I realized we were as close to the same age.
Oh, yeah. You all are the same. And your mothers are very similar as well.
I didn't know Mark Cuban was that old.
Yeah. Kurt Gowdy is the only Gambin I've forgotten. Sports commentator. So if you were around in the 70s, you knew who Kurt Gowdy was. He was the voice of the Yankees at one time. He was the voice of the Red Sox at one time, between 49 and 66. Chart toppers for today. Doris Day is number one with It's Magic in 1948. All right, you get the sense of what that's going to go like. Let's go to 1957. All right, let's go to the 1960s. 66. The Mamas and the Papas. I saw her again. All right, let's go to the 1970s. No, 75 to be exact. One day this summer, that was one of my mowing soundtracks. One day I just did all Eagles. I was like, that's good.
Not going to complain about that.
Last Saturday, I did the... last Saturday, they released a new album to iTunes for the And So It Goes. So it's 7 hours long. They took all the music that they put in the documentary, but did the full versions of the songs rather than just samples like they did when they edited it down. And I was like, wow. But that's about how long mowing takes me sometimes. I didn't listen to the whole thing. Ghostbusters, Ray Parker Jr. in 1984. I'm still waiting for someone to tell me whose political campaign that song was used in the 1980s on this station.
Mm-hmm.
You really got to remember.
I think I know at least I think I know the what office it was, right?
I think I've told you actually.
You've probably told me the name, but the name probably wouldn't do anything for me, would it?
She wants you to notice her sweatshirt.
Oh, there you go. I don't always whoop, but there it is. Oh, and then Gertie gets a look there on camera.
It's true. Whoop, there it is. So her shirt says, I don't always whoop, but when I do, there it is.
So it was funny this morning, because sometimes I will hear like what's being queued up, and I was like, oh, wait a minute.
Yeah.
I've got that shirt.
I have a prop for that.
Yes.
And let's go to 2002. Nelly, Hot
And it is hot.
It is. You were anxious to get to chart topper so you could take that sweatshirt off.
Amen.
Last Friday night, Katy Perry in 2011 and Jack Harlow, What's Poppin', 5 years ago today. All right, MB's Pearl of Wisdom for today says, success is not what you have, but who you are. Success is not what you have, but who you are. MB's Pearl of Wisdom for today. Remember, God loves you, and I do too. If you don't know Jesus, let me know and I'll introduce you. Look forward to seeing you back here tomorrow for another edition of our show. For Sam Gormley, for Beej, I'm MB, and now you're in the know.
The Twin Lakes Best Mix is WKHG, Litchfield, the Twin Lakes Best Mix, K105.